Why your reactions reveal your real assumptions. There's a test that most people never take. It's running constantly, whether you notice it or not. And it will tell you, with perfect accuracy, what you actually believe about yourself and your life. It's not a quiz. It's not a journal prompt. It's your reactions. Not what you affirm in the morning. Not the vision board on your wall. Not the state you try to hold during meditation. Your reactions. The involuntary ones. The ones that fire before you have time to choose. Someone gets the promotion you wanted. What moves through you first? Before the smile, before the congratulations, what was the initial flash? That flash is your actual assumption. You check your bank account and the number is lower than expected. What happens in your body before your mind starts managing the situation? That contraction, that sinking, that's your real state speaking. Because here's the thing that changes everything once you see it. Your reactions are not random. They are the visible edge of your deepest assumptions about reality. They are the printout of what you actually believe, not what you've been telling yourself you believe. And this matters enormously for manifestation. Because manifestation doesn't respond to what you consciously intend. It responds to what you are. Your state. Your lived, felt sense of who you are and what's possible. Neville Goddard was precise about this. He didn't say, think about the wish fulfilled. He said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And your reactions are the most honest measure of whether that assumption has actually taken root, or whether it's still just an idea sitting on top of an unchanged foundation. This is why affirmations can feel hollow. You repeat, I am abundant, while your nervous system clenches every time you see a bill. The words go in one direction. The body goes in another. And the body, the felt state, is what's actually operating. So what do you do with this? You stop treating reactions as problems to fix and start treating them as information. Valuable information. Maybe the most valuable feedback you have access to. When you notice a reaction that contradicts the state you're trying to live from, you don't need to fight it. You don't need to immediately override it with a positive thought. That just adds another layer on top of the same foundation. Instead, you pause. You notice. You let the reaction be fully visible without rushing to change it. Because the moment you clearly see an assumption for what it is, just an assumption, not a fact, it starts to loosen. It's like turning on a light in a room you thought was dangerous. The shapes that looked threatening become ordinary furniture. This is where non-duality and manifestation meet in a way that most teachers miss entirely. From a non-dual perspective, no assumption is more real than any other. They're all appearances in consciousness. The assumption that you're struggling financially is no more inherently true than the assumption that resources flow to you easily. Both are states. Both are available. Neither is fixed unless you treat it as fixed. Your reactions show you which assumptions you've been treating as fixed, as real, as given, as just the way things are. And the recognition that they're assumptions, not facts, is itself the beginning of change. Not through effort, through clarity. Here's a practice you can work with. Pick one area of your life where you want to see a shift. Don't try to change anything yet. For 3 days, just watch your reactions related to that area. When the topic comes up in conversation, what do you feel? When you think about it before bed, what's the texture of your inner state? When something happens that relates to it, what's your first involuntary response? Write it down if that helps. Not to judge yourself, to map the terrain. After 3 days, you'll have a remarkably clear picture of what you actually assume about that area of your life. And that picture is worth more than a month of affirmations, because now you're working with reality instead of layering wishes on top of unexamined beliefs. From there, the shift becomes simpler. Not easy, necessarily, but simple. You've seen the old assumption clearly. You know it's an assumption, not a law of nature. And you can begin to enter the new state, the one aligned with what you want, not as a performance, but as a genuine shift in where you stand internally. Your reactions will change as the assumption changes. Not because you force them to, because they naturally reflect whatever state you're actually living from. That's the feedback loop. New state, new reactions, new confirmation, deeper embodiment. This is manifestation that works from the inside out. Not controlling your thoughts. Not managing your emotions. Seeing clearly what you actually assume, recognizing that assumptions are not fixed, and allowing a new state to become your natural ground. If this way of approaching manifestation resonates with you, grounded, practical, no fluff, there's more coming. Consider subscribing so you don't miss what's next. I'll see you in the next one.